Hello there folks, and welcome back to another speed paint video. This time I've got another monthly art challenge sort of thing. This time I'm going to be participating in Funguary, which is an art challenge hosted by Feefal every year, although this time is apparently the last time she's going to be hosting it, so I thought it would be appropriate to finally participate this year and really help this challenge end with a bang. Hopefully someone next year will decide to host it again, but if not, at least we're going out with a bang by drawing some really cool fungus-inspired dragons. For this challenge, instead of having daily art prompts, there are instead weekly art prompts, which feels just perfect for February. It's a clean 4 weeks. Week 1 is Decay, Week 2 is Fairy Tale, Week 3 is Immortal, and Week 4 was Cosmic. And these all helped inspire some really cool character designs. So without further ado, let's get into the speed paint. The first design is honestly probably my favorite of the bunch, and it is Cordyceps. Unlike every other design I made this month, this one's less based on a specific species and more on the whole family. There are actually lots of different Cordyceps species, and they all parasitize different species of bugs. If you don't already know, Cordyceps is the famous zombie fungus, a fungus that takes over the body and mind of a bug of its choice, and then spreads itself by taking over and then releasing its spores by getting the animal up on a high ledge or something like that. It's a very strange and morbid life cycle that it's got, but it's really cool. I also learned while doing this challenge that apparently Cordyceps fungi are like bright orange. Honestly, they kinda look like Cheetos, if I'm being honest, which is so crazy. They make some very cool looking mushrooms, and the story of them is just so interesting. Biology is really just so freaky and weird. Truth definitely is stranger than fiction, and I wanted to make a dragon design very much inspired by Cordyceps. I wanted to call back to the idea of like a classic rotting zombie, and just have something that felt like you can't tell if it's naturally built like this or if it is being taken over. It's got some glowing stuff coming out of its mouth like it's a feral dog, like something that's rabid or otherwise infected or sick. But its wings are themselves like small branches of the Cordyceps fungus. So there's a lot of ambiguity, like, is this thing naturally built this way? Does it have a symbiosis with the Cordyceps? Or is it something else that has then been warped into something weird by the fungus? Either way, it's just super cool, and I think it really fits into the theme of decay. I just think Cordyceps is such a neat little part of nature, and it was really cool to make a character design based on it, and even though I am happy with all the designs I did for this month, the Cordyceps dragon remains one of my favorites, and perhaps one of my favorites of the year so far, to be honest. I just think this thing is spooky, autumnal, and cool. Next up is the Amethyst Deceiver. This is a nice, very cute purple mushroom, and it goes with the prompt Fairy Tale. And it has a much more whimsical and playful vibe compared to the, like, body horror, scary zombie of Cordyceps. And I took a lot of inspiration from a bunch of different sources when coming up with the body shape. Obviously, this thing has a body shape similar to Breloom from Pokemon, another, mushroom-based design, but it also takes ideas from various dinosaurs, kangaroos, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. I wanted this thing to feel like it's very fluffy, magical, and mischievous. Fairies aren't just, like, magical and playful, but in a lot of mythology, they're also a bit devious. Not evil, per se, but definitely up to causing mischief and trouble. And I wanted this guy to really feel like that. After all, the mushroom is literally called a deceiver. So, of course, this thing is very mischievous. It has very bug-like, insect-like wings that are supposed to be, like, clear, classic fairy wings. After all, even though fairies could, in theory, have any number of wings, I think the insect style is definitely the most popular and the most iconic. It also helps to separate it a little bit more from its Breloom-type inspiration, and to give it a more unique anatomy compared to its real-life animals. This thing is just like a devious little mischief maker. I feel like if it were in a D&D campaign, it might run a very sketchy magic item shop with a lot of cursed things, but also a lot of valuable things, and there is no way of telling which is which. I don't know, maybe I might incorporate this guy into a campaign at some point. I just thought it was very fun to make like a nice glowing fungus that felt very magical, mysterious, and maybe just a little bit dangerous, but not hostile. This guy's just a bit weird, maybe a little untrustworthy, but still a very cool character that would be worth having as an ally. Next up is the lion's mane mushroom, which I did for the prompt for immortal. Fungi are famous for their inability to be, as some very popular social media posts put it, killed in a way that matters. And I thought an interesting way to interpret that would be the least scary way you could, which is reproduction. The idea of fungus and other living things reproducing, essentially giving their genes immortality in that way, is very interesting, right? Like the idea that a lineage can last for longer than it would if there were just more of the things and they continued being young little guys. So for this, I went with the inspiration of the namesake of the lion's mane mushroom, which is, of course, lions. These are, of course, animals everyone's familiar with, and they're well known for their good care of their young. So I wanted this lion's mane mother dragon to feel like this scary, somewhat intimidating, big, bulky creature, but she's also got this little baby with her, who is playful and still learning and growing. And it kind of represents, like, the idea of the past and the future with this line, and puts a fun, cute spin on the immortality angle. Plus they have this big, shaggy appearance that makes them different from very many other mushrooms, really emphasizing, like, that lion's mane vibe, which, by the way, it's crazy how many different things we keep naming after lion's manes. Like, I was having trouble finding pictures of the mushroom and not the jellyfish while doing this, so that was very funny. A fun fact is I also did this drawing on stream on my Twitch channel, so I'm hoping to do more streaming on my Twitch in the future, so if you're interested in seeing me do any drawing for my various speed paints, go check out my Twitch channel, go follow it. I really want to stream on there more often, so go check it out, and I hope to see you there for one of my future streams for another art video. Anyway, the lion's mane dragons are very cute. I think they make for a very lovely family, and they're just so charming. The last dragon we have is from a fungus that does not have a common name. Its scientific name is Mycena subcynophila. And this is a tiny little blue and white mushroom that has this very Starry Night vibe, which is perfect for week 4's theme of cosmic. This is just such a cute little thing. It's such a cute mushroom, but I thought it would be funny if I made the dragon super huge. For the idea of cosmic, I really wanted to have a creature whose scale felt very large. So I wanted it to be in a full landscape and feel like it's dwarfing everything. Like, it's taller than mountains, it's taller than hills, and it's just reaching out into the night sky. It also has a very sleepy vibe to further emphasize the nighttime energy. And man, I just want to have fun with this color palette. This mushroom has such lovely colors, and a lot of people do a lot of fun designs based on it, and I'm glad to add my own take into the roster. It just has a lot of fun textures that really emphasize, like, an organic feel. And it has, like, I don't know, I want to say cosmic horror, but it's not horror, right? Like, this thing isn't scary, it's just huge and incomprehensible in a way that isn't necessarily, like, vile or terrible. Instead, it's just, like, awe-inspiring, I suppose. That's the idea, anyway, with this scale of this creature. It has big, floppy ears, it has gentle little paws, but boy howdy, it's big, and it almost seems to have the universe shining in its wings. And this one was just so much fun. I had fun with this challenge, especially since I did, like, an alternating thing where my first and third illustrations were very orange and yellow and warm color focused, and my second and fourth illustrations were very purple and blue and very cool colored focused. So it really made for a nice balance overall. And man, this was just a fun way to wrap up this challenge and really make a nice diversity in all these different dragon shapes. I always like making dragons based on things in nature, as you can tell by the way that my YouTube channel just is. And of course this challenge was no exception. I had a lot of fun with this Mycena dragon, and it came out so cute and very cool. And with that, that's all that I've got for you guys today. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know which one of these fungal dragons is your favorite in the comments below. If you like these illustrations, by the way, you can actually get them as wallpapers on my Ko-fi and VGen shops. So if you want to have these as a nice dark background for your computer, go check it out. I think it would be super cool. I'm actually going to be using the Cordyceps one as my wallpaper by the time you're watching this video, so I at least think they're cool enough for a wallpaper. Thank you, by the way, to my Ko-fi members for helping to make this video possible. My Ko-fi members help make my income a little bit more stable, and they help me live out my dream of becoming a full-time artist. So if you'd like to join them, go check out my Ko-fi page, where of course I have memberships where you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. I've got my shop on there with lots of fun stuff, behind the scenes posts, or you could just follow for free blog updates to see what I'm up to. You can also commission me over on VGen. At the time of recording, I'm trying to get verified, so I'm looking to get a few more reviews from a few more strangers and not just friends. So if you're interested in any art, whether it be a full beautiful fantasy dragon, or just something simple like custom emotes, go check out my page, and I'd love to work with you. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this at the time this video releases, there's about 1 week left for my current Kickstarter project, Sweet Mothman Stickers. These are Mothman stickers inspired by different sweets like candy, desserts, and stuff like that. And at the time of recording, we're about 20% funded, but I'm sure by the time you're watching this, we'll be a little bit further than that. But if you'd like to help support my channel, help support my art, and get some really cute stickers, I highly recommend checking out the project before it ends on March 15th. Go ahead and spread the word, and let's see if we can get all the designs unlocked and get lots of fun stickers. And with that, that's all that I've got for you guys today. So thank you all again so much for watching. I hope to see you next week with another good art video. And in the meantime, why don't you guys go out there and make some art?